My people, what if I told you that this is what caused the problem? Imagine this. What is this?
Is it that caused the problem for yourself
Charger.
now?
Charger.
Exactly.
In fact, I cannot believe it.
What can you not believe? Is it that caused the problem yourself?
Hello,
everyone.
How you all doing?
We are doing fine.
Yes, so it's been a while here.
Yes.
My name is Muyiwa.
And I'm Oyin Consola.
And this is
Love and Emotions Hub.
Yeah. So good to see you over a long time. Yeah.
It's been a whole long break.
Yeah, it's been a long break. You know, some unforeseen circumstances here and there.
But we need to pick up and keep moving.
Yeah, so and that's why we are here.
Yes, we are back and better.
And better to serve you.
Yeah.
And to give you loads and loads of good stuff. The title of today's video is How Not My Spec Became Now My Spouse.
You guys have been noticing some things that we ladies, most especially, used to say like, oh, it's not my type, or it's just like a brother to me, or it's just like, what happened? Or it's just my friend, or nah.
And when they say things like, it's just my friend, I'll be like, okay, so are you supposed to marry your enemy or what?
It's you that know, it's you that know. But you guys, you know that there are sometimes that there are some people that you just know that this person, it's just gonna be your friend, like, yeah. And then we've noticed that sometimes this is just like my brother, or it's just like my friend, ends up on the altar, and well, the rest is history. So we'll be talking basically about that, because our story is more of that. In fact, is even let me say like worse or something, because it was not even my friend. Like the meeting time was a no, like okay, you get to know this later. Anyways, okay. If you guys notice at the beginning of the video, we're talking about charger. I mean, like phone charger, like normal phone charger. It's like a necessity in this part of the country, Nigeria. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it all started when I met him, or we met each other, when I started serving National Youth Service Corps. We call it NYSC. In Nigeria here, for those that are not from Nigeria, it's a compulsory 1-year service that we serve our fatherland. Yes, so because we believe in interaction, they would post you to another region or another province, if you can relate, to serve in that community for a period of 1 year. We were fortunate that we were posted to the same states, and fortunate that our place of primary assignment, which is where we would be serving, was the same organization. But it was a year, like almost a year, like few months, years ahead, because it comes in batches, and those batches, they differ with months. Yeah, like that. So it was almost rounding up. I think he had like 3 weeks extra before our set came in. So our set came in just before they were about finishing. So our meeting time, interaction time was very short. It was just like 3 weeks. But I tell you guys, those 3 weeks, oh my god. Okay, it was not like it was so bad or something, but okay. Like I was saying, so it started like that. And I think my second day in the corper's office, because we were all in the corper's office, my second day in corper's office, I forgot to bring my phone charger, and my phone was already getting low. He brought his own phone charger, and I checked. Okay, I told one of my colleagues to, like check, because I'm the shy person and I'm an introvert, but I'm getting better anyways. Okay, so I told my friend to help me check his phone so that I'll be able to probably borrow his charger. And then his phone was on something like 99%.
Maybe 98. Who knows?
Was around 99%. Don't mind him. Was around 99%, and my friend asked that can we use your charger to charge our phone. I mean, like my phone, any which ways. Yeah. So, and then he said that he doesn't share chargers. One thing, can you call? I'm like, what's wrong with this? Well, like, what's the ordinary charger? It wasn't as if I was going to take it out of the office. I was still going to just use everything like that. Just put my phone inside. Like everybody, do not say anything.
Okay, go on.
Do not say anything.
Okay.
You have nothing to say.
Now,
okay.
Go on.
And that was just it. And I felt really like, what's wrong with this guy? And before that time, they used to give us food. They used to give us lunch at work. But they'll just bring the food in the container. So you are responsible to bring your cutleries, water, whatsoever thing. Yeah. So he was this organized. I bring my spoon from home. I bring my cup from home. I bring my water from home. Whatever thing. And it's quite good, but there are some people. I was not the one anyway.
It's not just quite good, it's very good. Continue, please.
You're interrupting me.
Sorry, please go ahead.
So sometimes his own colleagues will be like, Muiwa, can you borrow me your maybe spoon, or can you give me a little of your water? And my brother will start with explanation of you know that you will eat, and why didn't you bring your spoon? I like my things to be organized, blah blah blah, kiniko, and I'm like, what exactly is even wrong with this guy in the first place? Like, what's the meaning of all this stuff? So at that moment, believe me, it was just like that kind of guy, like, yeah. So I was not really interacting or mingling with him for those reasons, first impression kind of a reason.
When you know she didn't know what she was missing. Please go on.
Interrupting just one more time. And but I noticed that in the process, in those 3 weeks, in the process of discussing with other people, other core members inside our corporate office, it felt like he had purpose, he had focus on where he was going, telling them how to build more on their self, to get more skills, to do this, to do that, to be better. And well, all of those things, it was like entering this year and coming out from the other year, because I already had my own sentiment and whatever towards
May we not be hearers and not doers of the word. Thanks. Please continue.
Interrupt me just one
Please
time.
go on. Thanks.
Okay. And so it just continued like that till they were done. Till he was done, and then we continued with our service, and that was it. We didn't meet until like a year after. And but before we met, because of the virtue of the fact that I was serving in NCCF, I stayed in the family house.
So for those who don't know what NCCF is, NCCF means Nigerian Christian Corpus Fellowship.
Yes. I stayed in the family house. He stayed in the family house too, but he was too proud. So he left the family house way too early. I didn't meet him in the family house any which. So I got to the family house.
To move.
I got to the family house, and he was in charge of the drugs as a pharmacist, and I was in charge of getting drugs and liaising with doctors and pharmacists to make sure that any medical issues of any member of the family house would be solved. So that automatically put me in the position of contacting him to get drugs and prescriptions, everything about those drugs, So it was just on phone. So I'll just call him and explain that, okay, so patient wants to get this drug, this and this and that, and that was just it. In fact, I never even called him to even check up on him. Sometimes when I even want to call him to ask about some drugs, I even used to feel bad that and I don't even call this guy. I'm like, whatever.
Right.
So you're distracting me, that.
Sorry.
Okay.
May you not be distracted. Say amen.
Okay.
May you not be distracted.
You're distracting everybody. Okay. So that was it until I decided to join a church where I was almost rounding up my 1 year. So I decided to join a church close by. We had a church that was in close relationship with NCCF of Lagos. It was more like a father to NCCF Lagos at that moment. So I decided to join that church since I was not from Lagos State in the first place. Yeah, so I joined the church, and on a normal day before I joined the church, I'd already put in my mind that I was going to join the choir. God's child. So when I joined the church, and I noticed the choir, and I saw that this man was the music director of that choir. I said, no, I'm not joining the choir. I was just like, God, don't worry. I'm just gonna come to church and sit down, worship you, and go back to my house. This choir, I'm not joining this choir, because I still have that thing, in my mind, and all of those things. Like, who does that? But I'd forgiven him anyway. So that was it. Until
she forgave, but she did not forget.
I cannot forget. I cannot forget. I don't have memory loss. I cannot forget. So until one day, the pastor of the church came to NCCF to minister, and after the ministration, I just went to greet him, and I was like, sister, can you come that I've noticed that you've been coming to church for some time, or that you've not joined any unit. Which unit do you want to join? And then we had some core members around. So in the bid of just mentioning a unit so that it would just be off my neck, I just said choir. Thinking that I'll just say choir like that too, and he will forget, right? So when it was next Sunday, after service and all, he came to say, how far can you come? I just said, we just greeted and all, and he just held my hand, and before I could open and close my eyes, he had dragged me to the choir stand and handed my hand, my beautiful hand, over to this man. That, MD, you have a new choir member. I wanted to open up. Like, I wanted the ground to open up and just swallow me right now. Like, what? Like, what the? It was like critically that bad. But I had to brace up myself and prepare for the Lord's work. And well, it was not that bad. At that moment, I just had to learn to put my bias or my first impression by the way anyways, and give the benefit of the doubt that okay, everybody is human, one thing like that, so that I'll be able to serve the Lord acceptably, and that continued. But in the process of that 3 weeks that we had, I noticed that this man, it be like say he done the old small, because in the process of he talked about he doing A levels. He talked about he going to polytechnic. He spent 2 years in the polytechnic before going to pharmacy school for 5 years, then doing internship before serving. I mean like that's a whole lot. As at that time it would be getting close to late 20s. I was thinking that, man, you're getting old. What are you doing? Go and get married.
What concern you?
Let
me ask her, what concern you?
I was just helping your life.
Well,
and funny enough, I had some roommates in NCCF then that were a little bit of age like that. So I was thinking that, yes, I want to hook you up.
You want to hook me up?
Yes, I want to hook you up. Are you not supposed to be happy?
No problem.
Till I'm buying so.
Man propose, God dispose.
It's you that know.
Go on.
It's you that know.
Go on.
So where was I even gonna? So after joining the choir and all, and for the fact that okay, we've been talking like once in a while on phone as per professional pharmacy, drug related medical stuff, I decided to now call him one Sunday that MD, I know you before. I know that when pay you're already getting old. what is happening? You don't have anybody you want to marry. We should help you look for wife. Have people that can look for. And to be honest, it was very, very sincere, because as at that time I even had no plan of even hooking up with anybody, because as at that time, lots of core members, I mean, like, lot of ladies, they were so on the I must find a man in this my serving period, and that thing even used to vex me. Like, anything that people are like wanting to do, that exact thing, it needs to occur to me to do it. So I didn't even just want my record to be part of those record of she got somebody or during service year. So it was not on my plan at all. So and then we met after service, and it was explaining some things to me about the kind of person you would like, because I asked categorically that, okay, I want to help you to find somebody. What are the qualities that you need, so that you can help you to scan from outside and come and meet you? Okay, there is one person, it look like the person that you already explained about.
Such a caring young lady.
Yeah, I mean,
such a caring young lady.
Our father in the Lord. I mean, like, our father is a caring person, right? Okay. So that was it, and then we got talking after service for a very long time, and then he talked about his kind of person, the kind of lady he would like to marry, and all of those things. So we just got talking like normally. And if you remember that I said earlier that during those 3 weeks he tried as much as possible to help to help people to work on their skills, positive impact them, kind of thing and all. So he unconsciously rubbed off on me, because our meeting, that church meeting, brought a little bit of difference to my perspective about him, even though I still had that thing in mind anyways. And so from there, I think we started reading books.
Yeah,
so he told me about some books, just to help me, and all of those things.
So in a nutshell, I became a mentor. Me. Mentorship.
Okay.
Started it.
As I was talking,
slack on things like that. Mentorship. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
As I was talking, so we started like that, and it gave me some books to read, and as a way of being accountable to make sure that I do those things very well. It was more of my accountability partner. So we'd probably choose some days in a week to review some chapters of the book that we've read, and it continued like that. We read different books. Okay, I think at some point we read Things I Wish I Knew Before I Got Married
by Gary Chapman.
Yeah, by Gary Chapman. And I remember that there were some chapters in that book that every chapter had his own question and answer and all of those things. So part of the question and answer segment looked more like for couples, or intending couples. Yeah. So those parts will just kind of skip those parts, because I mean we're just friends. Yes.
Getting to read those books just for knowledge sake.
Yes.
And then to how would I call it now? Broaden our scope.
Yeah.
You understand, and to ensure that we know the things that we're meant to know, even as single people, and even as people generally. Do you get it?
So that,
and also to even be in a good place to advise other young singles like us.
Yes, very true. In the process of doing all of those book reviews and all, we got to understand. Yes, we were reading this book also, similarly.
Yeah, you act the way you do.
And he talked about temperament types and all, and then I noticed that it was the serious choleric, leadership driven, insensitive to people's feelings, and all of those things. But the good part was that after reading these books, he honestly worked on his weakness. I did also to anyways, but I've been the soft, sweet person from time. But
so because you are now soft, you don't have weakness. Everybody has weakness. See, for information sake, let me tell you people, all the 4 temperament types, cholerico, sanguino, phlegmatico, melancholy, all of them have strengths and weaknesses. So it is now for you to pick those weaknesses Tell the Holy Spirit to work on them with you, and then you become transformed. Do you get? So at this point, this will bring us to the end of this video.
But
in part 2, I will tell you. In fact, we will tell you in the fullness of the whole thing how she fell in love. How
babe, I didn't fall in. Yes, how we fell in love.
We don't
better.
fall in love, but we enter the love. We
yes,
swam in love.
Yes, just put that
we were immersed in love. I know that you want to hear that story because you like gist. But at this point, please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe.
Please click on the subscribe button.
In fact, let me give you 3 seconds to do that now. 1, 2, 3. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Also, click on the like button so that we understand that you enjoy this video. That's and right. You are encouraging us also to do more. Yeah. And one more thing is to share, because truth of the matter is that there are a lot of hard guys, hard ladies out there, hard people like me, like hard get in the mud kind of stuff. It's just my friend kind of person. And before you know it, look at this Dimeji and Latif Adedimeji and Bimpe. I remember that there was a time like that she said, that
she can never marry.
It's not my type.
It's not my type.
So they have not married like this. So please send to your people, your contacts and all, and let them learn.
Yeah, because there's a lot for them to gain. Right.
So do not forget to like, to share and subscribe, and I believe you've done so.
Yes, and also click on the notification bell so that as new videos come up, you'll be notified.
Yes.
All right. See you in the next video.
It's bye for now.